straight to the introduction. I want to start with the schooling. The guest speaker of this event attended UCC Bowl and proceeded to St. Edward's Secondary School. And he later enrolled at the Public College where he studied economics. From there, he got his PhD in the University of Bangkok with United Kingdom. For the job experience, he has served as Financial Secretary at the Ministry of Finance, Bank Governor, Minister of Finance, Financial Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, and by extension, when he was the Minister of Foreign Affairs, he served as the chair of the executive committees of the African Union System, Committee on Reform to Relations. He also served as chair of the AU Candidate Committee. He chaired the Peace and Security Council of the African Union. This personality is somebody great. He has the richest CV in our nation city as far as politics.
Yes, so what we want to do is pause the introduction, this short, and allow the person to introduce himself. So one of Dr. Samura.
Now, let's take your seats, please. Take your seats.
And remember, you will be committed to ask questions after. So let me have a sample first.
Take your seats, please. Let's all of us please take your seats. Have a seat. Now, we are almost there. We are the keynote speaker of this latest occasion. As we all know, he is going to introduce himself. And we have now the singular honor and pleasure to hand over the microphone to Dr. Samura Kamara. Make a loud noise! Hello! This is not politics. We are agents of development. Talk about development. I'm tempted to go on and on and on, but I don't want people to misquote me tomorrow. Say I said this passing. So, I have no choice. But today is small spirit. We are managed. We are tonight. You are you sleeping? You're not really here to sleep. If you want to sleep, go and go sleep. What do you say? Are you here to sleep? Very good. And whose school is that? Advanced Academy. Wow. Welcome. Which other school again? Salon Grammar School? Prince of Wales? Kamara High School? Nobody from Kamara Comprehensive? And somebody from Delegate knows in Meditat. Who knows that?
Yes, sir.
What school is that?
10 ones.
Who's person? What school is that? But I had a deal with someone who nobody here knows it. You have to go to school to see that school. To do that. Okay, now let's get to the point. I want to thank God for being here today. For evidence, I script. You know, let me start by saying good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone here present. Good afternoon, everybody. It is so wonderful to see all of you. But let me particularly say hello to this galaxy of young men and young women on whom the future for a better Friday lies. Right or wrong? To whom does the future of Friday lie? To all of us also. I am privileged and grateful. I haven't been fortunate to have this kind of a gathering of young people for quite a while. Other than, I'm sure Mahmoud is here, many times at youth-led political or quasi-political events, whether it's in Mageni, or in Loco, or at the theater conference, or GAS,
Okay.
This audience is very, very different. This gathering is different. Our is very different. Let me express my sincere appreciation to the organizers for bringing me here today, along with these very important personalities, eminent colleagues of mine in nation building, to have a conversation with our young persons, and that is you, around the theme, youth as change makers. You are absolutely spot on, and this is very inspiring for me. This theme is subsumed in the implementation of the International Agenda 2040 set by the Africa Fit for Children. An Africa that is fit for children, what's the theme? You may recall, and I have a speaker mentioned this to you, you may recall that the Day of the African Child has been celebrated on the 16th of June every year since 1991, when it was first initiated by the Organization of African Organization, you know, the OAU. How many of us know about the OAU? Organization of African Unity. Today we call it the African Union. It honors those who participated in the Soweto uprising in 1976 on that particular day. That's fateful day. And somebody rightly mentioned when a group of youth, students, jumped into the streets fighting for justice because they want access to education. They are being denied access to education. So they jump into the street. We are celebrating this young person today. Today is that 2022. the day of our child. And this is how I want to celebrate this day by being with the youth of Sierra Leone and having an interactive session with you on Israel Feeds for Children. The agenda says Africa Feeds for Children. We are saying Sierra Leone Feeds for Children. I'm sure you appreciate this, don't you?
Yes.
But with humility, let me kindly invite all of you to the obstacle. Let us stand. I want to give you a secret. I go routine, I'm going to get 5,000. Let us stand. Now, as we stand, let's stay quiet. I'm going to make noise. 10,000. Let us pay tribute to the lives of those students of the Soweto uprising by observing a minute silence. Time starts now. May their souls and the souls of the faithful departed rest in perfect peace. Let's take our seats. My fellow builders of a nation called Sierra Leone, I am reminded of my many travels around the country and the several spontaneous moments I have had to engage your lives and even those below your age on the challenges and barriers facing the youth of today, and how, in terms of policies and practices, your preparedness could be enhanced to enable you to rise up to seize the possibilities not only of today, but of tomorrow and of foreseeable future. Let me, however, lay the foundations for our ensuing conversation. I'm here because I want to have a conversation with you. You listen to me, I want to listen more to you. You've listened to a number of speakers, so they also want to hear from you. So we have an interactive conversation. You talk, I listen. When we say talk, you did listen. They will argue, they will agree. Don't say for me. I call interactive session. Your generation has grown up at a time of breathtaking circumstances, which in many respects have seriously disrupted your lives. Your situation today is appalling. But the good news is that it can be fixed, provided we all show shared commitment and responsibility to do so. Like they say, if it's not broken, why fix it? Not so. If it is broken, then you have a right to fix it. Let us therefore commit ourselves that, and I want you to listen carefully, my Sierra Leone is my responsibility. Your Sierra Leone is your responsibility. And together, our Sierra Leone is our responsibility.
notwithstanding the conflicting numbers regarding our national demographics. And I had somebody giving you some statistics about you globally. I want to come down. Oh, I can safely say to you that Sierra Leone has a very youthful population. About 50% of Sierra Leoneans are below the age of 15 years, 1-5. 60% are below 24 years. Over 70% are below 35 years. And guess what? Less than 5% are above 60. Less than 5% are above 50 years, 60 years. Having a young population as big as this in Sierra Leone is relatively good for the country compared to those countries that are being burdened with the rigors of aging population. You know, you don't know how countries like United States, United Kingdom, Germany are struggling. For maintain old pa, old mommy, some of you don't experience and not so. Itrangao, no say when your papa sick, your mom sick, your uncle sick, you don't all work again. If you go to school, you go miss 1 day, 2 days, 2 days of school for take care of her. Not so. That's the challenge with the developed countries they get today. We are lucky. We have you. We have you. All we need to do is to find out how we can transform you to better persons for a better Sierra Leone. Regrettably, however, over 70% of your numbers are either unemployed or unemployed, while about 50% of you are illiterate or unskilled. Many young people can be found sitting or roaming in the streets of Freetown and other urban centers. Doing what? Hoping to secure gainful employment. Some of them sit there in despair. When I don't see where some people that they work on that street, they talk by himself. Not so. He talk by himself. You don't know where they go. I give you one story. I was driving the other day. I was going up the hill. Driver was driving. And then this guy was on his phone, talking. This Naneto, motocar in a light, big light. He dey claim hill, so he go make loud noise. This man was busy on his phone. Till we go nearer. And the driver say, "Hey, pa, what's happening?" I shake, turn to around. He say, "Ah, yeah." He said, "But you not get horn?" Naneto, don't you? You not get horn? I say, "All right. Now I'm not banging, I make." You know what he said? He said, "You get lawyer, I get lawyer. I get lawyer." But this is how, when somebody don't reach a point where they don't lost in confidence because they're able to solve the problems, that's the way they behave. And this is not the way we want you to be transformed. We want to transform you into people that have confidence in themselves. Now, as I said earlier, many of you find a lot of them sitting on the streets. The large movement of young people from the rural to urban areas has also significantly explained why the rural economy has increasingly become destitute, while at the same time escalating urban problems. You understand that also? If you go to my village now in Kamara, very few youths are there, other than those that are driving keke, okadas. All when they go to a farm, when we are young, 5 o'clock, you jump with your father, with your mom, you go to the farm. You learn farming. When that process gets maturity, how to care for yourself. Today, if you go to many of these villages, they are dry. Not to say be. How many folks come from villages other than Freetown? So now on Freetown na dey. All una. Uda komo Kamalo na ya. Kamalo. Kamalo oye. Okay. But as I was saying, there are two problems. Apart from widening the rural-urban gap, the developmental gap, you also they deprive the rural community, the rural economy for growth. Because now the young people they get the energy for growth, but they're not able again. But because some of us are in Freetown, in urban centers, accommodation not there, it's not there. You don't get time for sleep. They put pressure upon the mayor. First time for you for sleep. Not say me. All day they walk and they go and look under them, bridge them. We have about 82 ghettos. I call them, Mama. Informal big English. Informal settlement. The pan body goes straight they do. It is not their choice. All man wants to go up, not so. But then, because you are not prepared for it, for that movement from the urban area or from the rural area to the urban area, you're not prepared. They can't put pressure into the minimum utilities within the urban area. Population just go exponentially. That's why today even Guma is complaining. Many years ago, they say Guma was meant for 200 and how many people? 200,000 and 50,000 people. Today we have close to 200 people in Freetown. 2 million. 200,000. There are 2 million people today. Although some statistics. Anyway, that's so lifetime. They go up to the car door. At the end of the day, we all get there. We want our destination. And our destination is a better Sierra Leone for all. Don't say for me? Yeah. That's our destination. That's the light we want to touch. Better Sierra Leone for all. Okay. So this large movement of young persons, if I can repeat, from rural to urban areas has significantly explained why the rural economy has increasingly become destitute, while at the same time escalating urban problems. The youth also represent a large portion of the informal economy, and all of you know what that means. The informal economy. They see that they don't register at the formal economy, then they sell boku things and that street, and they see they're not so. They provide an economic service, but given a choice, they know how to be so. Your livelihoods, your ambitions and progress have all been severely interrupted. Firstly, as somebody did mention here, by the 11 years brutal civil conflict. And secondly, we had a very lethal Ebola virus disease outbreak. And now we have COVID-19. But all the man know what I mean. They don't know what I mean at all. They've come, they There are viruses. We are looking for, with the help of the international community, we are looking for cure, not so. What bothers me most is this. Regrettably, we, your leaders, and should be mentors, facilitators, and enhancers of your progress in life, have unfortunately also denied you credible systems of leadership and governance. And that is what bothers me. And that's why I want all of you here to sit and reflect on. We have denied you good leadership with integrity. We have denied you good governance. And that's the biggest, the most lethal virus ever in any country. That virus, it keep past Ebola. It keep past the war. It keep past COVID, not so. But it touch everybody. You big o, you small o, you a black man o, you a white man o. Once you are denied of your rights, of your choices, of your democratic place, that's the biggest lethal virus. As I always say in speeches, politics. But fortunately for us, it's a virus that has a cure. And that cure is in ourselves. Not to say, waiting past mark, many times, we tend to believe that youth and opportunity go hand in hand. Forgetting that a young age also brings with it major challenges that we sometimes seem insurmountable. We are, however, comforted with the fact that whether you are in school or you are in formal or informal employment, as a young people, you are the reservoir of talents and ideas. To tap into this reservoir, strong institutions and focused initiatives, as well as decisive policies and innovative actions for youth, call for mainstreaming youth more firmly at all our interventions. Youth mainstreaming must be our greatest desire. You know what I mean by youth mainstreaming, not so. You put youth at the center of everything you do to build a nation. You don't leave them in the periphery. No one live in the periphery, let them be at the center. Let all of us face the music together. That's why when people say the youth of today are the future leaders, now we don't change that saying here. We say the youth of today are the leaders of today and of tomorrow and of the foreseeable future. Not to say you make your leadership back from today. You make it from today. No wait. So that's the comfort we have, that you all have talent, you have good ideas. What we need now is how to tap into it. But the way we do it, the way we mainstream you in our policies and practices is we target you in the political arena. We target you in social development. And we target you as participants in economic recovery. For Sierra Leone, we want a better Sierra Leone in the future. The world don't know. Ebola don't go. COVID, I'm going to go so. We are still in the period of reconstruction, national reconstruction. Nation building, not a one day. Not to 1 hour, not to 1 minute, to 1 second, not to 2 months. nation building. Now, say, oh. Nation building, I call sustainability. Keep going, keep going. If anybody can tell you, say, I'm going to build this nation in 6 months, I like it. No, not a nation building. Even economic recovery. I take go because priorities change. Now, I can tell you now, this is the biggest priority for Sierra Leone. So therefore, as you try to mainstream the youth, you begin to think about areas like access to appropriate quality education and healthcare, access to information technology, and entrepreneurship programs that incubate viable, sustainable businesses that mentor and that can affordably finance youth leaders. Believe that you must not be left alone. You are not alone. Then Liverpool football team. Who supports Liverpool? What do they say? You never walk. You never walk. You have the confidence that we will not let you walk alone. I, Samura Kamara, will not let you walk alone. You are leaders. I must begin to appreciate you as leaders. The challenges of our time, which to a large extent are self-inflicted, they are man-made. Most of these challenges, and they include economic hardship, they include inequality, they include extreme poverty, constrained availability and disproportionate distribution of basic services. They include corruption, both in the public sector as well as in the private sector. They include climate change and environmental destruction. They include deprivation of our democratic space. They include limiting voice, human rights violations, injustice, propagation of ethnic divide and national disunity. Worse than all is operating in a politically charged and heavily institutionally publicized environment. Sierra Leone, and this is not politics, I want to give you the reality to prepare you. I've never seen a country in my lifetime that is so politically charged than Sierra Leone today. You want to drink water, sir? Politics. You go to a meeting, they look the color of the fish before you buy it. Not so. Some people, when they want to sit down, they look at the color of the chair. And of us, you know, I talk to Samura Kamara again. Or as I talk to Sandy, then the interpreter, not so. In fact, Tinala, Tita one word, who's going to call that? Yes. Which color? Which color? I'm disappointed. Green. Why? Because I have the right. It's a color. It's a color. A color does not change my identity. Your identity is your heart. What you have in your heart. Your identity. So I'm not afraid of anything. I can wear any color I walk and go on a street. One of these days I could go and invite them to dress stone and maybe a stone pan. Yes. That all go. You know? So the unfortunate thing is we're so politically charged that we miss our priorities. We do the wrong things. We become so myopic, so self-centered, ego, then we are. No, it shouldn't be that way. And this, our type of behavior, which we have now developed today, which we are seeing today, and which, unfortunately, we are letting you see, take part in, for me, is defined as our new normal, a new normal. This is a new normal in which our young people find themselves today. But notwithstanding, again, this is hope. Sierra Leone's outlook remains bright. Why? Because we have untapped, strong potential resource base, and we have a strong international goodwill. You just walk right from Waterloo to Mashaka, onto 91, to go to Kenmakalau, onto Kamara. What do you see? Untapped grassland. Not so? Untapped agricultural land. Look at the sea. How much supposed to be under for fishing? Every day, I'll call that the blue economy. What's in the sea is huge. It's more than what you see on the surface. The blue economy is untapped. Fisheries. So with all of this, I think I want to give you hope that all is not lost. Above all, because our problems are self-made, it's also good news. And let people understand that. Because our problems are self-made or man-made, they can only be solved by man. If our problems are our problems, and we have triggered them, we have cultivated them, and no one's there, Thomas Cromwell, come on, Yolanda, they can't solve the problem now. We have a responsibility to solve our problem. When somebody else comes, I have help you, not so. So, and in so doing, we can afford to be as big as we can, because we are solving the problem ourselves. You can expand your horizon. Therefore, establishing regular, intimate, interactive engagement between you and government institutions, and by strengthening communication with you to ensure that you stay engaged in productive and healthy adaptation to this new normal, become my topmost priority. I want to bring you on board. You must come on board. Every meaningful politician in this country must endeavor to bring the youth on board. You have no choice. The numbers alone speak for themselves. There's no way you can abandon, you can avoid it. You cannot see youth wherever you go. Right or wrong? There's nowhere. There's nowhere. So, if you were to choose a moment in history in which to assert themselves in nation building, I will confidently tell you that this is the right time. This is the right moment when you should stand up, walk up, and assert yourself. Assert your rights. Make your rights known, make your voice known. I don't know understand this one. I know they intimidate you now. I know they tell you for going to treat you, go cause confusion. Here, talking about what is important to make Israel a better country with tomorrow. And I will tell you, it is not politics. It is not politics. Politics of Sierra Leone are the most dysfunctional institution. Very dysfunctional, very distorted. We sort of forgo, not the Why? Because I'm afraid I want to enrich myself, I want to exercise power. Yeah, as you have so much space, so much opportunities to draw from. All of you can access the internet, Wi-Fi, not so. When I go to Google and I go through them, they want to see how the politicians that they behave. So, as you grow up, you will throw in the bad things and clean up the politics. You have a responsibility to clean up our politics in Sierra Leone. In our own I'm on borrowed time. That's what I can say. Which you don't pass 50, 60, you're on borrowed time. Because, what is that we survival rate? 50 years, 54 now. So, man, we don't 70, God have mercy. For thank you that I'm still around. But the good thing is that all the struggles in life, I have not lost my spirit. And similarly with you, with all the challenges you are facing at school, at college, at home, in society generally, in the streets, do not despair. Maintain your spirit, the spirit of hope, faith. Once you have that, you will never go wrong, and you will never walk alone. So, if you, as I said, choose the right moment in which they want to assert themselves in building Sierra Leone, the time is now. Don't leave it to we old people. Come out, stand up to your right. I know. All of you can vote now, not just whether they are always voting agent. Let's stand up. How old are you? 12. Okay. I will pass you by 1 year. Okay. So this is the moment. Yeah, the moment is right for you. Why? Because you are the soul of Sierra Leone. And you must not therefore feel limited by only one pathway. If you are determined to bring transformative change for yourself and for your generation, yes or no, there are so many pathways. You must know what is right for you and pursue it your strongest conviction. This is what is giving you your utmost strength and satisfaction. And this is what makes you a fulfilled youth. You have been highly sumptuous because through engagements and interactions with you, I have been able to deepen my belief that humility, endurance, and good insight get you wherever you want to get to in your life. Not so proud business where teachers say, stand up there. Challenge the teacher. Not so they do now. Student, have you ever challenged the teacher? Now wait a minute. I'm sure you are going to bring them to go and check. All right. Okay. I have a lot of our friends, alumni. Okay. So, what you need is you have to maintain to show humility, to show endurance, and to have good insight into your future and what you want to do. Each day of my engagement with you presents a new challenge that keeps me stimulated to learn more about young people. I become energized whenever I am surrounded by your conversations and creativity. Like today, you can see I'm jumping. I'm so happy, I'm so energized. I want to go into conversation with you. You know, you'd always remind me that all young people are unique. And therefore, Their individuality should be respected and diversity valued. They are all different. We must respect you for that. There is strength in unity. There is also strength in diversity. Not to say what is the handicap man they say? What is the logo? I am disabled, but I am able. That's the same thing. We must exploit that. Their needs, your needs must be addressed, notwithstanding your ethnicity, notwithstanding your religion, notwithstanding your culture or disability, or above all, your sexuality. We must not discriminate between boy and girl, man and woman. We are all the same. Finally, and as you are leaders on that village, you are internship. You are on an internship program as leaders. So as leaders of that village, I will urge you to do a number of things. First, very important, I want you to reject pessimism and cynicism and know that progress is possible. Don't despair. Believe in yourself that I will progress. I will move on. I will succeed in the exams. Doesn't that motivate you? But self-motivation, motivate yourself. No, we say Samura Kamara can't talk to you or motivate you. No, you just have to motivate yourself. If you want to have a first class, what do you for do? For study for her. Teacher will teach you, if you don't study for her, you'll get her. Thank you. Self-motivation. There is a stream of bad news across the country as well as across the world. There are huge public policy problems, including a clear evidence of growing dissatisfaction, tension, and anxiety in youth amidst the lack of youth transformation activities, underpinned by a huge disconnect between policy pronouncements and real policy action. As you sit there, I can see all of you. Some they don't begin tired, they want for sleep, some they want for go home, some they want for eat. But not to the fair to now, you are tense. You are tense. Also, they are very anxious to see positive change. Are we giving you positive change? It's difficult. You are tense. You are anxious. It's like you go for good sleep, you get problems, light. But these problems across the world. As I told you, nation building, the challenges of nation building are not only for Sierra Leone. A lot of these countries, today the entire world is being challenged by one activity, an unfortunate event. Who can tell me what that event is? The entire world today is crying foul. Crying Sunday. What's that going to do? Every world part of the world. Today there is one event in the world.
Between Ukraine and Russia.
Thank you very much. Let's clap for him. We're beginning to feel the pain, isn't it? Ripple effects of it. What you know is there. And they pick up with the response. Let's make the government and as a Christian. Yeah? So, you must endeavor to fully entrench yourself in building back Sierra Leone as change makers. That's why the theme of this engagement is as change makers. As we have been admonished by many good intent leaders of our past, discipline. It requires sustain positive mindset. Change mindset. Yes, no, because no more. Like two preachers in man from heaven. Man cannot really no, no, so. Man cannot really go for it now. So, this positive change that we're thinking about is inevitable, but it requires sustain discipline, a positive mindset, it requires faith and conviction. Remember, the small and bold step of courage you take as you. This will take ourselves to higher heights. Whatever positive step you make is bold, straightforward, it's positive. You are building it. You are not building it. You are also building it. That's the beauty of youth engagement, youth ministry in national development. Now, with these remarks, I will now open up our conversation. I want to receive comments, I want to receive ideas, questions from you, and of course, my ending colleagues here, from whom we've heard earlier, will also join me. Moderator, where are you? The floor is yours. I thank you for listening.
We see a fall for the nation. So we go.